welcome to today's video. I'm Beth. I'm going to be leading you today in a thankful or grateful meditation, and then we're going to do some stretching. So I hope that you can grab your mat, maybe a blanket for your meditation part. Always consider to have some blocks handy. And we're going to go ahead and get started. You'll also want to take in some water and just get in a cozy space. We're not doing any kind of dramatic flow, so you can just have your baggy yoga pants on and find your Sukhasana, your easy seated pose. Consider that it doesn't have to be this tight. Go ahead and roll your shoulders back, stack that scapula. Pull the pit of the belly in and up and draw your spine nice and tall. Take a big breath in and exhale that away. One more big breath, get grounded. Exhale it away. And then find some kind of a mudra. You can gently place your hands in your lap. Put your hands on your heart. Bring your hands to heart center. You can put your hand on your belly and on your chest so that you can feel your breath moving in and out. Close your eyes. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose in that beautiful Ujjayi breath, that victorious breath, just to cue yourself. Taking big inhalations through your nose and big exhalations out through your nose. Close your eyes and take 3 or 4 breaths just to get grounded. Your sits bone is grounded into the mat. Find that comfortable position. Once your eyes are closed, take in another big breath. Exhale it away. And as you continue to breathe in and out, listen to my voice. Find that comfortable position. Take those breaths in and out and let your chest rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation. If you haven't already, let your eyes drift closed. As you continue to breathe slowly and deeply, let your attention rest gently on your breath, feeling the movement as it enters and exits your body. Each time you exhale, let go of any tension. Feeling the movement as it enters and exits your body. Again, let go on the exhale of any tension. Begin to relax your face, your jaw, your eyebrows. Relax your shoulders, let them fall. Soften your belly, let it relax as you inhale and exhale. Begin to exhale and relax the legs. And then on your next exhale, settle your attention to the area around your heart, what we call anahata. Focus on the feeling of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. And with your attention on your heart center, bring to mind something or someone you are grateful for. Bringing to mind those feelings of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. And as you continue with your easy, relaxed breathing, perhaps you feel gratitude for being alive or healthy. The attention on your heart brings to mind that someone that you're grateful for. It brings to mind how you feel gratitude for being alive or healthy. Perhaps you are grateful for the abundance of nature that produces food to nourish your body, or beautiful scenery to nourish your soul. And as you breathe in and out and you feel gratitude for that one person, surround yourself with that scenery that you also feel gratitude towards. Feelings of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. Now bring your attention to people who truly nourish you, who truly nourish your life. And think about how they bless you with their presence. Think about the feelings that you have when you are around that person. As you bring to mind that person of gratitude, those feelings of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness, and that scenery that nourishes our soul. We then want to feel gratitude for our own life and the many gifts we have been blessed with. Now bring your attention to how this gratitude feels in the area around your heart, anahata. With each inhale, let this feeling grow outwards, expanding to fill your chest, your arms, your hands, your legs and feet. With each inhale, this feeling grows, filling you up completely. Take in all the feelings of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. Think about the many blessings that have come into our lives and the people who have come with them. Think about those pictures in your head, those places that nourish you. Think about those people who, with their presence, nourish your life. And think about how full you feel when you have this attitude or gratitude. And as you begin to return to your breath, inhalation and exhalation, let your body remember the sensations of your gratitude, those feelings of love and compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. And take these feelings with you throughout the day and pay them forward to others. Then take in another big breath in through your nose. And open your mouth and sigh it all away. Begin to flutter your eyes open and become aware of your surroundings. Roll your shoulders back, swing your arms up over your head, another big breath, and exhale. So before we start our stretch, I want to go ahead and allow you that extension of your legs. Since you've been in flexion during our meditation, you may need to stretch your legs out, maybe pump your knees or dorsi and plantar flex at your feet. You need to do that and just open them up. Beautiful. Then you can go ahead and sit any way that is comfortable for you. We're going to begin at our neck and stretch that out, and then we'll work down the body. So I want to swing one arm up, tap my opposite ear, roll my shoulder back. I'm going to relax the shoulder, and as I relax that shoulder, I'm going to guide my ear over to my shoulder. I'm not pulling on my head, just guiding it over, protecting it. I want my head to be over my shoulders and not out in this plane of motion. Just allow the neck to stretch. As we filled our body and our mind up with gratitude, we're going to continue that gratitude by just stretching our body. I'm going to go ahead and exhale that away and make sure I have an apple under my chin. And then I want to take my chin and drop it down to my AC joint. Stretch the back of the neck, pull the pit of the belly in and up. And just take notice if it's tight or it feels relaxed. I want to bring my head up so that I have an apple under my chin. My neck is in a neutral position. I'm going to guide my chin right over my shoulder. Relax the shoulder down. Continue to breathe in and out. We're not holding our breath when we stretch. We want to continue to put oxygen into our body. Sitting up really nice and tall, growing the spine, not becoming compressed. And as I exhale that away one more time, I'm going to bring my head back to a neutral position. I want to go ahead and roll my shoulders, my elbows, take a big circle, big breath, and release that down. And then I want to tap my chin back so that my head sits over my shoulders. I'm going to reach my other arm up, tap the ear, relax the shoulder, and then gently with the neck, guide it over to the side. At this moment in time, you may need to switch your legs or switch out your legs. Just make sure you're sitting up on your sits bone and you've got the pit of the belly pulled in and up. Gently stretching. I'm going to come back to center and then take my chin down to my AC joint. Nice stretch. Just checking in with myself. Am I tight? Do I have range of motion? What are my sensations? Not right or wrong, just checking in with my body. Apple under the chin, taking my chin over my shoulder. And what I've noticed here is I don't have as much range of motion today on this side. Just a little tight in my traps. So my upper back's a little tight, I think, just from, I don't know, doing work today. Really need the stretch, so I'm not going to be biomechanically balanced, but I'm working towards it. And then I'm gently going to come back to center, tap my head so that it's sitting over my shoulders. Breathe up and exhale that away. We want to be very gentle with our neck. Our cervical spine is only 7 vertebrae and it carries the heaviest part of our body. So you want to be super gentle with it. I don't want to throw my head back on its axis. I want to be very careful about where I'm putting my head and keeping my neck in a neutral position as I move my body in different planes of motion. I want to keep my shoulders rolled back and my scapula stacked. Sit up really nice and tall. Notice that I've moved my legs once again. I'm going to move into my hands. I want to take one hand under my elbow to protect the elbow joint. And then I'm just going to open and close my fingers. If you work on a computer or on your phone or do any kind of sports or any kind of writing, any kind of typing, texting, editing, if you're a content creator, anything like that, you need this exercise. And then I'm going to do lion's paw and retract my nails and then push them out. And that's going to feel really good on my digits. They're very tight. You may feel a little bit of a burning sensation of pushing that lactic acid out. Then I want to plantar and dorsiflex my wrist, just like we do our ankles, and circle out that wrist just like we do our ankles. And I may want to tap down and tap back and reach up. Just open up. That feels so good. And then I'm going to go to the other side. So first I want to open and close my hands. I've got support for my elbow, tendon, and ligaments. And I want to do lion's paw, just sparking out my hand, like that from the side. Feels really good. If your hands are tight, you'll feel that right away. Sometimes when we're stressed, we keep our hands very tight. We just don't notice it. This will help you notice it. And then plantar, dorsiflex, plantar flex, dorsiflex your wrist flexors and extensors. And again, if they're tight, you'll feel this. Or if you have elbow tendinitis or anything like that, you'll feel that. Circle out the wrists. We want to keep them pliable. We want to take care of our tendons. That feels good. And then you can tap your shoulder and bring it around and reach. I'm going to roll my shoulders back and drop my hands to the side. I want to bring my shoulders up to my ears, bring them down, bring them around, extension of the back. So it's like a little seated cat-cow, and then open up the chest. Up, down, forward, and back. Again, up, down, forward, and back. And one more time, up, down, forward, and back. Sweep my arms up. As I exhale, one arm's going to come to the back, one arm's going to come over my thigh. I'm going to sit up very tall. Inhale, and as I exhale that out, I'm going to rinse out my spine. Big inhale, draw tall, exhale it out. Then come back to center, take another breath up. As I exhale, I'm doing my seated twist. I'm going to lengthen through my spine on the inhale. I'm going to twist it out on the exhale. Big breath in, lengthen through, exhale it out, twist it out. And then come back to center. We're going to do that one more time in a Lord of the Fish. So you can be here, both legs together, squeeze them together. One arm comes around, external rotation at the shoulder, so assisted. And then one arm comes over here, lift up and then twist open. Just a little bit more rinsing. You can also lengthen out one leg and take one leg over as we go to the other side. You can lift that up and twist that out. Bring your legs back together, same side. You might get a little bit more here because your hands assisted in the back, so you can lift your spine up. And then rinse that out. I'm going to bring my legs in front of me. So normally it would be like this. I'm going to come to the side just so that you can see me. And if you have very tight hamstrings, I say use a block, put them under your knees, make them nice and soft, bring earth up to you so that when you hip hinge, you can reach without tearing anything. If you're very flexible, you still want to keep your knees nice and soft. And we want to sit right up on the sits bones. Take your toes towards your knees. lift everything up, pit of the belly in and up. I'm going to lengthen through my body, then roll my shoulders back. I want to be nice, long, and lean. So I'm not going to round out and dump. I want to be long and lean. So crown of the head to my sits bone, one long line. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Ooh, feel those hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale, fold it out. One more time. Big breath in. And exhale that away. I'm going to roll that all the way back to the front. And then I'm going to open up for a seated straddle fold. Now you may need a block here. And consider that your straddle doesn't have to be long. If you're tall or your hamstrings are really tight, you want to be here with a block up under your legs, right? And fold. So same thing, like Pachimottanasana, seated forward fold. This is seated straddle fold. So you're just going to go to what serves your body best. I'm going to sit right up on my sits bone. I want my toes to come towards my knees. And I want softness in my knee joint. And I'm just going to keep my apple under my chin, my back long and lean, and fold at my hip flexors. I'm going to feel that all the way around to the back of my hip, into my QL. And if you need blocks to lift you up, right, use a block. Go to where you feel a nice stretch and you don't feel like you're tearing your muscles or your ligaments or your tendons. Big breath in. Exhale out. And just allow the sensations to just melt into those muscles. Feel that nice stretch. You want to feel stretching, not pain. And just enjoy it. Sit into it for a little bit. Breathe in and out. You're not in a hurry. Allow the stretch. Little micro movements. One more breath in. And then as you exhale that away, you're going to come up very nice and gently. Roll everything back. Make everything nice and tight. I'm going to fold one leg in for half butterfly. And we're going to work our obliques and our side body. Now, if you need space, this hurts my knee when I put my foot right up against my adductor, Beth. It hurts the medial part of my knee. So you could put a block in between and give yourself some space so that you've opened this up. So you could do that. That's just an alternative. So sometimes I need to do that as well. My knees are being cranky, then I'll add space or a pillow or something like that so I'm not so tight. I'm going to lift up, lift everything up, drop one hand down, and then begin to crawl it down. Now, I'm not going to dump my shoulder this way and look down. I want to lift my chest up and look up and reach and stretch. Now, I'm not lifting my hip up either. I want to drive my hip down and lengthen through. And breathe in and out. Just feel all that space between your rib cage open up. You might feel that pop, 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 pop. That's just air coming in through the fascia. And then I'm going to come to the other side. It's a little bit shorter here. When we change legs, we'll get that length. And just see where you're at. And again, I'm not dumping here. I'm lifting up. And then just rock your body back and switch sides. So one leg comes out. Decide at this point, can I put my foot tight and keep both of my hips grounded down into my mat? Or do I need space? Do I need a block? Inhale, breathe in, drop one hand down, crawl it out, lift it up, look up. Breathe in and out, stretching through the body, not lifting my hip. Then I'm going to tick-tock back to the other side. It's a little shorter, but I'm going to find length. And then back to center. You can take another breath up. And then exhale that away. I'm going to go ahead and come to the side, and I'm going to remove my blanket now. It was really nice while you're sitting a lot on your sits bone. It's nice to have some cushion, so you can just get a yoga blanket or any kind of a blanket, really. And that gives you a little bit more cushion for you. And then I'm just going to come down into my child's pose, so big toes touch. Now we're working into a prone position. I'm going to slide down right to my chest. You can put a block up under your chest or your head if you need to. Press your fingers in. As you breathe in, lengthen your fingers forward. As you exhale, lower your hips towards your heels. Take a big breath in. Exhale it away. Ha. One more big breath. And exhale it out. I'm going to keep my feet locked in and walk my hands over to one side. Just feel that opening side body right under my armpit all the way down to my hip. And again, opening up my rib cage, just doing it in a prone position. Coming back to center, taking a breath in, exhale out, see if I can get a little bit lower. And then keeping my feet where they are and walking over to the other side. Ha. And as I come back to center, I'm going to take one more big breath in. As I exhale that away, I'm going to come up into a tabletop. So in tabletop, remember that we want to have 2 fists between our knees to set up our hips for our body. And then I'm going to drop down so that I want my hip and my knee in alignment. I also want my wrist, my elbow, and my shoulder in alignment. And I'm going to look to the end of my mat with an apple under my chin, pull the pit of the belly in and up, roll the shoulders back. As I breathe in, I want to soften the belly and put some flexion into my back. As I exhale, I want to round out my back into my cat. I'm going to move my hair so that you can see and round it out. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Big breath in. As I exhale, I want to move my arm into scapation a little bit. Tuck my toes and push up into my downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet. I'm going to drop down into my tabletop. Take a nice cat-cow again. Ooh, look at that hair. And then drop down into my child's pose. Ha. Big breath. Exhale that away. Ha. I'm going to go ahead and sit up, and I want to stretch your shoulders really well. We're going to do this really gently. I'm going to move the mat a little bit closer so that I can lay out flat and so that you can see me a little bit closer. So we want to be in a prone position, and I'm going to lay my body down and lengthen it all the way out, like I'm just almost coming to Sphinx pose. I'm going to put my arm out and tuck my shoulder in so you can see this here. And then I'm gently going to roll into it on my mat and open up my shoulder. Now, my top leg is going to bend and come down to the ground. And then my other arm is either going to come up here, or you can take a bind here and open up the shoulder and work it. Now, the closer this foot, this top foot is to your glute, the more stretch you're going to feel. Big breath in, big breath out. Gently, gently, gently open this up. And then very gently on the exhale, you're just going to roll back down. You can take a breath in and a breath out, and we go to the other side. So my rotator cuffs and my anterior part of my shoulder are going to push into the mat. I'm gently going to roll into it. My top foot is going to come down by my glute. I'm going to lift my arm up and then take a bind. Now, if holding your neck up this way hurts you, you could put a block here and put your head right on a block, or look this way if you need to. Doesn't always feel comfortable to look up, so you may need to just be looking in a neutral position. We're just allowing that shoulder to open up. That should feel really good. And then very gently bring it back. From there, you can just slide back into your child's pose, or you can come back to tabletop and take a nice cat-cow. And then I'm going to move this back again. So take as many cat-cows or child's pose, hold that as you need to. Now we're going to go into a supine position. Last stretch. So you're just going to roll down very slowly and push your low back into the mat. Beautiful. I want to open up your piriformis. So I'm going to keep my left hip flexor. I'm going to start on my left. You can start on either side. So one hip flexor is going to stay neutral. I'm going to put my hand right on it so that it doesn't externally rotate out. I'm going to ground my foot down. Lift my other foot up and cross it over for figure four. Notice that my foot is hanging off of my quad tendon. It's not sitting on my kneecap, and it's my ankle joint. I can roll it so it's not obstructed. I don't want to hurt my ankle joint. With my abs tight and my low back in the mat, I'm going to lift my knee and drive it to my chest without lifting my low back up off the mat. I want to drive it in and open up my glutes, open up my piriformis. You should feel that. And then you're just taking a big breath in and out, apple under the chin, looking straight up. Enjoy that stretch. One more breath in. And then as I exhale out, I'm going to bring my feet back down to the ground. Both hips are neutral position. I'm going to tap my knees together just for some release. So just like we would do in a yin pose, we're going to find that counter pose, take that release, internal rotation for this, and then bring them back to neutral. Now lift my other leg up. Bring it over for figure four. One side's neutral, so now my right hip flexor is neutral, my left hip flexor is externally rotated. My ankle joint hanging off the quad tendon. And then I'm going to drive my knee to my chest, leaving my low back on the ground so I can stretch all of this out. Just cueing my body to make sure I'm in alignment so that I can get a proper stretch. Doing something really good for your body. And then bring it back down. Again, I'm going to take that counter pose by tapping my knees in towards each other, internal rotation. Then I'm going to take my feet together. Open up my hips in external rotation. Just open them up. Press your feet in, open your toes up and lift them back like you're still trying to get your toes towards your knees. that allows work for you. So you can press everything down and in. Open up the legs, open up that low back. Into Supta Bhadda konasana, butterfly. One more breath in. As I exhale it away, I'm going to bring my feet back to center. Then I'm going to get a block and put my glutes right up on my block. And that opens up my back. And I'm going to tuck my shoulders in, make a shoulder shelf. And then put my legs up the wall so that my hips are in alignment with my ankles into my waterfall. That should feel really good. If you can't hold your legs up here like this, you can put your legs right up against your wall, over a chair in astronaut pose, over a step stool, an ottoman, something like that. You could do that. One more breath in. And allow your legs to fall down. You can take this modified bridge, or you can lift up into a bridge pose and then bring it all the way back down. Take a breath in and out. Bring my knees to my chest. Squeeze up into a little ball just to stretch that out. And then take up space on my mat into my Shavasana, my deep and final rest. Take one more breath in, exhale it out. Then let everything just fall into your mat. You can close your eyes, come back to normal breath. With your eyes closed and your breath nice and normal, shallow. Allow your feet just to hang open gently. Allow your legs to fall into the mat. Allow your glutes and your torso to soften. Let your organs all fall into your spine. Supported by the mat. Let your shoulders relax. Let your hands fall open. Nothing to hang on to. Let your head relax. Soften your brow, soften your cheeks. Let everything fall away. Begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your ankles, wiggle your fingers, and circle your wrists. Perhaps take your head side to side, very gentle. Be very gentle with your neck. Some small movements into your body. Bring your legs together. Take your arms up over your head. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale away, drive your knees to your chest and squeeze up into a little ball. and then fall onto one side. Close your eyes. If you fall in on your left side, so good for your digestion. If you fall in onto your right side, great for your heart. And consider each time you practice your yoga to alternate your sides and nourish both parts. And as you softly breathe in and out in this position of renewal, I want you to go back to our gratitude meditation and think about those feelings that you had when you felt so grateful for the people in your life, for the surroundings that brought your soul joy, for the blessings of your life, for the feelings of love and compassion and empathy and forgiveness, whether you've given it or received it. And think about how you can pay that gratitude forward today. With your eyes closed, come back to your seated position where we started, your Sukhasana, your easy seated pose. Sweep your arms up over your head, take in a big deep breath. Exhale that away. Bring your hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Take one more big breath in. Exhale that away. Remember this feeling of gratitude. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your forehead center. May the love and the light in me always honor, see, and appreciate the love and the light in each of you. We bow and we say namaste. Namaste. And that is it. Your grateful meditation and your stretch head to toe is done. I hope that you have an amazing day. Go forward and pay that gratitude forward to somebody who may need it, or just tell somebody, I am so grateful for you. They would really love to hear that. We'll see you for the next video. Bye.